Yeah, this your boy Jay Bizzle, Cap City Jay Bizzle.
It's your boy Cap City Cell.
You know what I'm saying? It's the Cap City Podcast. You know what I mean?
What up?
We out here today. What's popping? We got a few topics we want to talk about today. You know
Episode 2.
Yeah, this is our second episode, man. And
March 1st, 2019.
Yeah, and we thank y'all for listening to the first episode. If you ain't listened to that, go back and listen to that first one. You know what I'm saying? It's epic. You know what I mean? We got a lot. We got some skits in there. It's hilarious. We talk about a lot of stuff, man, that's going to keep y'all on your toes. So, for those that have been listening, we appreciate y'all.
Word, shout out to y'all.
And
shout out.
You know, we got more coming to you, so thank you, man.
Well, episode 2. Let's go. All right. First topic. Is there a conspiracy against the black icons in America?
Yes.
You say yes.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
I know a lot of people that would say yes.
You know, I look at it like this. If there's a conspiracy against regular black people or just black citizens,
right?
Why wouldn't there be a conspiracy against black icons who have more influence, you know what I'm saying?
Than the average citizen.
Right, exactly. Who can affect the masses and touch the masses, you know what I'm saying? And
especially when you have the average citizens like young teenagers and young 20-year-olds being murdered by police officials in the streets with seemingly little to no recourse.
Right.
Of course, I would feel like you would start targeting people who are making hundreds of millions of dollars, over a 20, 30-year career.
Right. And there's a specific agenda, you know what I'm saying, to keep us as a black people down, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, not just to sound generic about it, but...
Well, all people, whether there's a specific one where it seems very aimed specifically at black people in general, male or female, no matter your age, but all people who are not in the upper echelon are under control of some form, right? So they do have a program called COINTELPRO, right? Mm-hmm. Which, when you Google it, get a little snapshot. It says COINTELPRO, Counterintelligence Program, was a series of covert and at times illegal projects conducted by the United States Federal Bureau of Investigations aimed at surveilling, infiltrating, discrediting, and disrupting domestic political organizations. So that just seems like you're talking about people like the Black Panther Party or, even movements like Me Too, anything where you're trying to inspire some kind of positive change in society.
But why does the date say from 1956 to 1971 like it ended?
Right. On the definition, it does say but 1956, if it started in 1956, right. Oh, it ended in 71. After that, we let everyone just be free and we never stopped you from wanting to be yourselves.
Yeah, like racism ended, right?
In 71, there was no more racism or racist acts. There was a complete heart change.
To me, it sounded like, nigga, in 1971, that's when they decided to be like, nigga, we need to motherfucking take this off the grid and do this behind the scenes.
Right.
Even though it was kind of behind the scenes in the first place, but just for them to even have a Wikipedia about it and have a certain date from 1956 to 71.
Right.
Like, I don't trust it.
You don't trust that it actually ended in 1971. Exactly. Yeah, because that's just saying this particular program, if they started to go, well, now we have like other programs we're doing that aren't called COINTELPRO, but whatever. That's more into the conspiracy theory / documented things for people to discover. What we're asking is there a specific movement against black icons, and it feels like that's a yes for me. So when you talk about these people who are facing, really serious charges.
Like Bill Cosby.
right, who was convicted of many charges. He was accused of a pattern of sexual abuse, over, I don't know, 30 plus years.
Let me get your opinion on that real quick.
Okay.
If I must.
If you must. Okay. What's the opinion as what?
I don't know. Do you think that Bill Cosby is guilty or innocent for his acts? Why? Okay. I mean, for the accusations, I'm sorry. And why?
I don't know what he did or didn't do. But when I
Just your opinion.
My opinion is that he was doing...
Based on the topic that we're covering.
Okay, I'm saying, my opinion is this. If you were giving women drugs without them knowing, and you took it to take advantage of them sexually or in any way, then yes, what you're accused of is wrong. If you're partying and these are the party favors of the day and these are models and actresses, and in my lifetime, I know models, actresses, entertainment people, male and female, that like to party hard.
Right.
And do the drugs of the day. And if that's what you were doing and you woke up with, man, I probably went too far. Probably didn't need to do that. I had sex with who? Oh my God. Maybe you don't remember. Maybe you did it. I don't know. I didn't live that experience, but I'll say that if you did that, you are wrong. But if people can just say you did it and they have an agenda to make money off of just accusing you, hush money, that's when I get a little, curious about what's the motivation behind not you're accusing me, but after 30, 40, 20, 15 years of not saying anything.
Exactly. So, speaking of which, what about, isn't there like a choreographer of Michael Jackson who is actually coming out now after and retracting his statements of saying that he actually testified for Michael Jackson, saying that he did not molest him. Mm-hmm. And now he's coming out.
Wade Robson, who was around Michael Jackson from ages 7 to 14. He actually testified in 2005. He was the first defense witness at Michael Jackson's trial, which means he was testifying on behalf of Michael Jackson against the accusations. He was accused of molesting a 13-year-old cancer survivor. And at the time, this is from a Today article from May 16, 2013. You can find it on the internet.
We'll include a little screenshot right here and a link in the bio.
Right. So at the time, Robson was unequivocal. He was not sexually abused by the man known as the King of Pop. But 8 years later, he has changed his tune. So once again, in a trial where Michael Jackson was accused, he testified on his behalf and said, nope, I've been around him since I was 7 to 14. He would never do that. That's not him. Then, 4 years after Michael Jackson dies, he comes out and says that he was indeed abused, and he completely remembers and never ever forgot the manipulation and the abuse that Michael Jackson subjected him to. Then he also gets in contact with another accuser whose name I don't have in front of me right now. We'll maybe try and throw that up as well later, whose case was thrown out. And they're the ones behind this HBO documentary called Leaving Neverland. I'm not saying that whatever they're saying did or didn't happen, but when you testified against him, what do you think about that?
I mean, that's kind of strange to me, man. You know what I mean? Like, why would you... all right, so now they're coming out with this HBO special, right?
Right.
Why would you now come out? It almost kind of seems like they paid you to put more negative information out about this almost black icon. Used to be black icon. You know what I mean?
After the skin changes.
Yeah.
We got to acknowledge that.
But, you know, he, even with the skin change, he was considered a black icon. You know what I mean?
Right.
It still is considered a black icon. Why would you...
I mean, his music is culturally black music.
Exactly.
So, of course, you can't escape being a black icon, no matter how many surgeries you get.
So now, there's a documentary coming out. It almost seemed like they paid you to bring out this story just so that, you know, they can have more...
profit off of
more to profit off of, more to say, you know what I mean? New things to say, you know what I mean? Like, if you're coming out with a documentary and you're talking about the same old stuff that they've been talking about for 20 years now,
well,
how are you going to profit? How are you going to profit more if you got new information?
Well, this is the thing. What you're saying is 100% true. I was reading an article about it, and in the article, it says that this documentary presents no new evidence, no new witnesses. So these are literally what you just said, the same people that have been claiming this, including people that said no, that never happened, that are now changing their tune after he's died.
That's new evidence.
But that's not new evidence if you're, I mean, okay, it is new evidence.
That's new news. That's manipulation.
That's why it's not new evidence. It's manipulation.
You're gonna say there's no new news except the fact that the people who said that he didn't do this to is now saying that he did this. That's new information.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Regardless of how you try to word it.
You're saying that should be presented in the actual.
I'm saying it's presented it's presented that way. And even if it's not presented in that way, when somebody watches it and then they start spreading the word, like, hey, they're saying this happened now, right, then that's new information. That's going to spread the word and that's going to get them more money.
Right.
Understand?
I mean, look, we got pictures here. I mean, he also, this guy, Wade Robson, this choreographer who testified for Michael Jackson in 2005. He went on to choreograph stuff for, NSYNC and all those kind of folks. He had a show on MTV in 2003. I heard on another radio program that he started seeing a psychologist because he felt he wasn't famous enough.
Right.
He also is saying in these articles where he's being criticized about coming out 4 years after Michael Jackson died, saying he did molest him. Why are you doing that? Are you doing it for money? He's like, no, I'm not doing it for money. But if somebody's saying that you went to a psychologist because you said you weren't famous enough, then the most famous man in the world dies, and now you seem like you might be using his name to gain more headlines and interviews.
You want to be more famous.
Yeah, it seems like you're finding a solution for whatever was bothering you about not being more famous.
It was more than bothering him. You had to go to psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever it is,
right, for
the specific thing.
Right. You sought therapy for this.
And now that's an easy target for somebody, for the media to come to you and say, "Hey, we know this. We can do two things for you. We can make you famous, and
right,
this is what you want, and we can give you some money. This is what you want."
Right.
It's a win-win situation. Michael Jackson's dead,
Right.
Just say this.
He's the most famous recording artist of all time. We don't think it's possible that he can ever be eclipsed. So anybody who might be seeking fame or attention only needs to get enough attention with their story attached to this super famous person, this icon. So, I mean, it seems a little fishy. Now, not to conflate the issue here, because there seems to be enough evidence to call this person guilty of what they're being accused of. But R.Kelly, who's also written for Michael Jackson and many major artists and himself, is also under heavy scrutiny. So what happens to his iconic legacy as, a creative if he seems to be guilty of all these disgusting claims against him?
R.Kelly, Michael Jackson? Who?
Oh no, R. Kelly himself. We're talking about all black icons and
in general.
Yeah.
R. Kelly's situation, in both cases, if the claims against them are true,
right,
then it's 100% wrong, and Michael Jackson's dead at this point. R. Kelly, he should do the time,
of course,
and he should get the punishment, for his acts,
right?
But
why does it take so long if there's been this whole system of people behind him, management, assistants, collaborators who are aware of any of these movements he's making? Why does it take until, I stopped working with him 5 years ago. Oh, he doesn't talk to me anymore, or whatever, for you to now come forward with this information?
And you know what? It's one of those things, man. It's like, it could be the I don't want to use the word destiny, you know what I'm saying? Or the trial, the thing that you have to go through, because think about it. Just think about, like, you fall out with your homie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it might not even be something that's true about you. Mm-hmm. But as soon as they fall out with you, or not in cahoots with you anymore.
Right. We don't see eye to eye.
We don't see eye to eye. Now they can say all these things about you. You know what I'm saying? And tear down your character because they're not in cahoots with you no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's one side of it. Or it could be, all right, I was in cahoots with you and I decided to keep my mouth shut about things. Now that I'm not in cahoots with you, I feel like I should speak out about these things that actually happened. You know what I'm saying?
And that's not
and it
wrong.
It makes it a tricky situation because it almost kind of like for the people like us that's just listening.
Right.
It's almost kind of like it's low key manipulation. You know what I'm saying? Or like
it's like a what the fuck moment.
It's confusing. Yeah.
What the fuck was happening with you at the time that let you allow it? Because to come out with such damning evidence and such a, for sure, that's exactly what was happening. Why did you not feel motivated to step forward? Because you're a hero in that moment, and that should be the only thing that matters. When you say there's people saying things like relatives of the accused of some of these girls who are claiming these things against R. Kelly that still worked with him after the fact, like after the accusations and trials, still continue to make money with these people. And that's a very weird.
And that's another factor too, right there. You know what I'm saying? When money is involved, some people to keep their mouth shut just because they're getting paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
right.
and when it's like, okay, I really have nothing to lose at this point, only things to gain, like almost like what we talking about with the choreographer guy. It's like I have nothing to lose, but I have these things to gain, which is more notoriety and more money.
I think it might just be simply notoriety, because if you've been working with Michael Jackson, your name is already synonymous in the entire industry since you were 7 years old with the greatest dancer, singer, performer of all time.
But we know how that works, just us being in the music industry. Right. You know what I'm saying? You could be connected to a top name artist and not have that money.
You're hot and you're not.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I produced a record for the biggest hip hop artist,
Right.
I'm gonna say, in the world at the time.
Right.
You know what
Of
I'm
that
saying?
decade. Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have the notoriety or the money at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it really that really does not.
It doesn't translate.
Yeah, it doesn't translate. You know what I mean?
It doesn't always translate.
It doesn't always translate.
But I'm just gonna say within this moment, we're talking about you're connected and plugged in. You're choreographing for Britney Spears, NSYNC. You're being paid to go on tours and put stage routines together. I'm not saying you kept all that money, but if you literally are only going crazy because you're not famous enough, fame is a drug.
Yeah.
So you can be I got enough money I don't care about these extra things. I just want everybody to know me when I walk into the place. I want to have a hard time going into the Whole Foods.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's definitely a fact.
That's why you see so many people that get this money and they look back and they don't have a whole lot to show for it because they're throwing it away because they were just enjoying the limelight. So with that being said, then let's talk about this just before we even leave this topic, because we're just presenting these ideas, not sure what's true and what isn't true. But when you talk about a possible conspiracy against, icons, especially a black icon, Prince also comes to mind too, right? And because Prince was always talking about, not conforming to the system because he was having problems with his record label. And as soon as he got his publishing, it looked like he just ended up dying of an overdose of drugs.
Wow.
He was a vegan, very healthy lifestyle guy. And he dies of a drug overdose from some kind of health complications on a plane or something foggy like that.
And he pretty much right before that he brought all his publishing back, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Right after that happens, and it seems like too strange of a coincidence for a person that was, such a, healthy, conscious guy. I don't know. It just seems weird. Weird timing.
Even Michael Jackson, after right before he passed, he bought what? Sony?
Yeah,
pretty much. He owned
so much of the catalog that it's like he owned it, right?
He owned
Sony ATV.
Yes, pretty much all of the catalog of ATV. That's the Beatles.
Right.
That's all these just the Beatles alone.
Right.
That type of shit right there is
kill
worthy, bro.
Yeah. What? Just the Beatles by itself. Just one of their albums.
That catalog right there is, not saying I would kill somebody over that.
No, but you can understand somebody.
I'm not saying I wouldn't kill nobody.
Somebody
over that
who's
too,
only. Not saying I would. Not saying I wouldn't.
I'm just saying.
Would you?
Listen, that shit is kill worthy, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And you cut out a lot of business people. You cut out a lot of
profits, profit margins.
Yes, of top tier guys who had to feed their family off of your catalog and other people's catalog, and you won a case where you just bought all of the whole catalog,
and then you end up dying as you're in the middle of planning a massive world tour. They have footage of you performing perfectly, just like you were 19. And then some kind of weird complications and you die. But okay, it's all very strange. And then we can say, once again, I'm not co-signing what anybody did that was wrong. If Bill Cosby did what he did, then, hey, he's suffering that right now. But he did try to buy NBC 3 different times. And his son was killed at a certain point. Not saying that his son was murdered by somebody, but his son died from a car crash.
Wow. A car crash.
Yeah. And once again,
let me just say this.
We're just presenting ideas here.
You die from a car crash, that can very well be set up.
Yeah. I mean, Teddy Pendergrass, right? Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Harold Melvin didn't sing on anything. He just was the guy behind Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. All the vocals you hear is either whoever the Blue Notes are and Teddy Pendergrass.
Right.
Before Teddy Pendergrass got into a car accident, his brake lines was cut on his car like twice.
Wow.
He had left Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. He left Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes to go do his solo career, and he blew up like. Psh. So I mean, I don't know. That's just a little bit strange. There's a lot of weird stuff, and in any conspiracy, there's not always just the outside people. There's the people on the inside as well. So we're just presenting some information here. We're not saying that people did or didn't do these things. We're just talking about it, man. I mean, it's just a lot of strange information. What's stranger than all of that, I want to do a cleaner cutaway, but we'll keep this rolling. Stranger than all of those things, this Jussie Smollett case just won't go away.
So do you think Jussie Smollett is getting set up, or do you think he's involved in all this?
It seems to be, in my opinion, that this is something that he's orchestrated as some kind of a, publicity stunt, attention grab.
So there's a theory.
There are many theories.
Many theories. But I want to highlight this one.
Okay.
Jussie Smollett was just a pawn. I'm not saying this is my theory. This is just a theory. Mm-hmm. Again, like I said in the last episode.
This is Cap City, by the way. We're just talking. We're just letting y'all know
Cap
what's going on.
Cap City podcast was popping. We out here. Anyways.
Yeah.
So
it's the CCP, nigga.
So Lee Daniels orchestrated this whole thing, right? And used Jussie as a pawn to boost the sales of this finale of Empire.
At any cost.
At any cost. And now it resulted in this guy, Jussie Smollett, being thrown off of the cast.
Right. Yeah.
Empire.
They say that him and Terrence Howard got into a heated exchange behind the scenes because Terrence Howard reportedly didn't believe Jussie's story from the very beginning. Now, very quickly, that coincides with, I believe it was January 5th, 4th or 5th, Lee Daniels there's a post on his Instagram page where he's condemning people that attack gay people for being gay because his cousin was attacked. And what about 30 days or less after that, Jussie Smollett claims he was attacked for being gay at 2 a.m. trying to get a hoagie at a Subway in 20-degree weather.
I don't know, bro. I don't know if I can believe that story, bro.
But this is a fact. There is a post on Lee Daniels' Instagram, which is, I think, the original Big Daddy or something to that effect.
Hey,
I didn't make the name up. Hey, it's Lee. Hey, it's on. Hey, listen. I'm not in charge of niggas' internet handles, so I won't speculate on any of the meanings. But he was out there condemning people that attacked, I believe, his cousin for being gay. Somebody attacked his cousin.
So he was like, okay, this gives me an idea.
Who, Jussie Smollett?
No.
Oh,
Lee Daniels. This gives me an idea. Jussie Smollett is gay. We are about to shoot this next season of Empire.
Mm-hmm. Is he gay?
Jussie Smollett?
I don't know. Nigga, see.
No, he's gay, bro.
Okay, now wait. It's also, on top of what you're saying, reported that another theory.
Hold on, I'm just gonna say this.
Wait, he said he was.
I'm just gonna say this real quick.
Pay. he wasn't happy with his pay. So if somebody comes with a plan, yo, I know you're not happy with your pay. I can't increase that. What if I throw you this $2 million, but just stage this attack real quick so we can drum the numbers up for this shit?
But isn't that giving him the money anyways?
Yeah, but if let's say he has an agenda he wants to draw attention to, a political agenda he has, and he wants more attention on gay stuff, so people that are gonna watch Empire.
You talking about Lee Daniels?
This is all about the Lee Daniels theory that you have. I'm just adding
Lying Daniels.
Lying Daniels, producer of the gay Tupac album.
Go check that out. It's on Cap City podcast, episode 1.
And the Cap City YouTube.
That's right. Real Cap City on all social medias. Anyways, back to...
Shameless plug.
Hey, so back to what you were saying. Like, I think this guy, you know what I think? I think Jussie got put himself into a situation that he didn't know was gonna turn out this way, and it backfired on him, and he don't know how to get himself out of it now.
Right. It does seem like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So but that still goes to my point. I do feel like he was a pawn in it, even though he was aware of some of the things that he might have needed to go along with.
It's a bigger game.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to our main topic, a conspiracy against black icons.
Right.
Not saying he's an icon yet. You know what I'm saying? But he is in the public eye in a major way. And he is a black guy, and he is in the LGBTQ community.
Right.
And or supposedly.
Right.
And it is a way to kind of like
discredit.
Yes, and to put that in front of all of us who are watching. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is mainly the black community, anyway.
Right. What does that amount to you? If you put a lot of that in the public eye, if you put a big enough case,
it amounts to me. I feel like it amounts to distraction.
Yes.
And manipulation.
Facts.
And confusion.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Everything that we talked about, all of those feelings are there, whether you are, no matter what side of the ball you're on, I think. There's a lot of confusion and not enough clarity on the clear what transpired and why was it able to go on for that long if you're saying it's this clear that it was happening. Who all was on the take? Why, if a case comes out where someone says, look, I was being paid to be quiet and I can be sued right now and lose everything, but I don't care because XYZ was happening, blah, blah, blah. I don't hear that.
Yeah. I think at this point of time, you know, he might be in too deep, you know? And a guy like him, I don't think he's strong enough to deal with this type of situation.
Talking about Jussie. No.
You know what I'm saying?
He was reading off of a cue card when he went on stage.
And said he was the gay Tupac.
When he said he was the gay Tupac.
Speaking of which, he dropped an album called The Gay Tupac. You can check it.
I think it's on the Cap City.
The Cap City podcast, first episode.
Episode 1.
Capping and Cooning, and it's also on the real on
Real
Cap City. Yeah, on YouTube.
All socials, find us. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, Jussie, we're getting a lot of good feedback on the Gay Tupac album. Anyway,
yeah,
Jussie seems to, I don't know, he doesn't seem to be able to carry this story with any credibility, so it almost seems like it was engineered to fail to still be a bigger distraction as it crumbles and remains in the news piece by piece. So
now, do you feel like this is a conspiracy from orchestrated by the white man or by
the white man?
The white man or the black gay man who is Lion Daniels?
Okay. I'm not quite sure because I think either way, it benefits. If there's a evil agenda against the black community, it benefits them whether they're behind it or not. Because if you are orchestrating something only to drum up attention, right, and emotional responses and outrage, so that you get more revenue, then if it comes out you're lying, it starts to put a shade against people who actually have credible claims, everyday, regular people. And if there's people in power who are using their position or their celebrity to take advantage of people, why are we going to start to continue to believe people when they accuse these public figures of these heinous acts? When we keep highlighting all these phonies that are obviously lying. And we start to pretend to cancel people, which I want to say that we pretend that we're canceling someone by going on social media going, you creep, hashtag that creep. And then you go like, that creep made some songs, but I'm about to go bump them songs at the barbecue. I've been to the barbecues, all of y'all playing all the songs and all the shows and all the movies where everybody's being accused of everything. So, we're all kind of capping.
Yeah, this is the Cap City podcast, by the way. You know what I'm saying?
City podcast.
All of our thoughts. You know what I'm saying? It's just thoughts. You know what I'm saying? It ain't
no official stance one way or the other. We're just exploring these different topics as they come to us because they're attached to what we feel is the influential, parts of society that if we are in some kind of a matrix, we need a little bit of, thinking. Let's just theorize. Anyway, let's talk about, like I said, Jussie and Terrence got into a little squab behind stage. I know you lying, man.
Lying, man.
You lying, man.
Why you gotta have that voice every
you
fucking
lying,
time?
Man.
Yeah.
You lying. That's how the nigga talk. You lying, man. You ain't get tapped by them peoples.
Hey, quick plug. Oak Heart Bacardi, 1862, genuine spice rum, you know what I'm saying? We on it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? My nigga Cell, Cap City Cell put me on to this. And we drinking, you know what I'm saying? So, yo, Oak Heart Bacardi, you better holler at us and give us that sponsorship or we gonna come over here and fuck you up.
You know what I'm saying? Don't get fucked up out here. Yeah, we capping, but for real, sponsors?
Yeah, please.
Also,
we need that bread. We need that bread.
Yeah, that's no cap.
Straight
all right.
up.
Might cut that out, might keep it. Don't know. Anyway.
Facts.
Well, listen, man, this whole podcast seems to be kind of a loosely tied to, is there a conspiracy against the black icon?
Right.
Or is that capping? I'll leave that to you to decide. But our next topic, men wearing dresses. Now, I remember a certain clip from a Dave Chapelle interview around the time when he was being accused by Hollywood, it seems, of going crazy, right? Losing his mind and going to Africa and being on crack cocaine. And he did laugh on the mic. You laugh, Captain, because you laughed away from the mic.
Bro, Dave Chapelle on crack? Smoking crack?
He was smoking crack in Africa.
Dave Chapelle is a fucking weed head, bro.
Well, not according to salacious reports from Hollywood media at the time. Now,
my man is a weed head, bro.
Okay, but the point
Nigga ain't
is
smoking no crack, straight up.
Okay, I believe what you're saying 100%. I don't think Dave has done anything aside from weed, which I can't say enough good things about. So, moving forward, men wearing dresses. In one of these interviews, I remember him mentioning how it seemed to be somewhat of a weird coincidence that at some point in many prominent black figures' careers, they end up having to wear a dress in some kind of a Hollywood role.
Right.
And there was some kind of a connection to that and something with the Chapelle show where he was feeling like he was being forced to do something creatively he didn't feel comfortable socially with doing as a black man or as a man.
All right, let's run this clip real quick where he talking about it.
Right.
He talking a whole lot about it, but let's go.
All right. So he makes a pretty interesting point there. A lot of things you can look up for yourselves that he mentioned. So we come here to 2019, to the Oscars, and we have two individuals, two men, black men wearing dresses. Billy Porter, he identifies himself as a gay man, right? Shout out to him.
You fucking homo!
We're gonna.
That's not me. That's Eminem.
Eminem.
Yeah, that's just an Eminem ad lib. That's not
art.
Yeah, it's art. It's not. I love gay people. Not like love like two men fucking together naked in the bedroom, but
right.
Like, you know, like I love everybody. You know what I'm saying?
But what Billy Porter said about him wearing a dress at the Oscars, if you haven't seen it, he's wearing like a dress tuxedo, and he said, "I'm inside of my authenticity."
Hey, yo!
And the whole point is that you have to respect me as much as I respect you, end quote. So as it relates to that, what are your thoughts?
For one, just because you respect me don't mean I gotta respect you. I'm sorry.
Right. Outside of this
situation, you know.
As it relates to respect as itself.
I'm just talking about as it, yeah, exactly.
You can be a fuckboy that respects me for whatever I do.
You could be a fucking, exactly, a fuckboy, a fucking dumb dickhead ass nigga.
Right.
And just because you respect me, I gotta respect you? No. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't have to respect you. I respect you when you do respectable things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
As it relates to whatever anyone does in their personal lives, inside or outside of the bedroom, it's not my business. So I don't really care. I don't have an opinion on that. So I respect the fact that you have your right to decide to do whatever you want to do. So then it comes to, there's Billy Porter wearing a dress at the Oscars. And then there's also the guy
Paperboy
from Atlanta.
Oh man, this is disrespectful, bro.
We have a clip. Is disrespectful? We have a clip of him and Melissa McCarthy at the Oscars on stage performing, where he's wearing an elaborate dress and bustier old time getup.
A rakish tilt to a hat, the drape of fabric just so. Nuance and sophistication are just two qualities of the most effective costume design.
These artists create a pastiche of textiles with authenticity, yet never distract from the story. Costume designers construct the looks that ground a character to a particular time and place in the subtlest of ways.
So true. So true.
So true. So true.
Okay, so I mean, you might watch the video yourself and follow along, but that was the clip. They were doing some kind of a skit.
The man was in a dress, bro. A whole dress.
Mm-hmm. An entire dress. Yeah, he was, but like a Queen Elizabeth type of dress.
And they were talking about costumes. Like, why?
Couldn't he have worn a full man's costume that was elaborate?
I don't understand this.
Willy Wonka seemed to have a pretty elaborate costume.
I feel like your man is about to go skyrocket. You about to see Paperboy in a whole lot of new movies. He about to be winning Oscars and all that shit. Watch.
He's gonna have his own separate FX series, Paperboy in Atlanta.
You know what I'm saying? Your man about to win because he put that dress on. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that and unfortunately, it seems as that's what it takes for
you to blow up in the mainstream.
I want to just highlight, because we're talking about a conspiracy against black icons.
Right. That's the underlying theme here.
But this also happens with any other ethnicity as well, icons as well. But it really targets black icons because there's a certain
like we're like a testing ground for whatever they're trying to implement in society. It comes to the people who have less resources and less representation in the political structure of the game, the upper echelon.
That's one side of it. I'm not going to disagree with you on that, but I feel like the major side of it comes from hatred against our people, humiliation. You know what I'm saying?
Degradation, right?
All those things. Because we naturally have this type of influence. We naturally have this type of knack to influence.
Right. Hip hop is the highest grossing genre of all time.
So why would I not make you, if I hated you, why would I not use you to make your people look foolish?
Right. So there's like a bigger impact on, even if you're doing something to represent your. Okay, go ahead.
Out of all the people, icons that have been put a dress on, and to be demasculated and to made look really like weak.
Right.
It seems like it has been 95% black people.
Right. If not more. It does seem that way. So, I mean, I don't think there's a lot of people that would disagree with you. So, with that being said, it's saying that at the end of the day, if you're not one of these whatever small amount of families and bloodlines, we're all pawns, no matter what your race, creed, religion, blah, blah is. But specifically, it seems to be some kind of weird testing ground that's taken place at the expense of the black community initially. So, with that being said, when you see somebody like Paperboy on the show Atlanta, I mean, his character is I guess seems to be a heterosexual African-American male. So, I mean, him wearing a dress, I don't know, some people would feel a way about that. Is that a misrepresentation? Is it confusing to young people, impressionable minds, young or old, who can see it and then think that certain things that maybe wouldn't be positive for the community or the race at large to engage in? Is that the...
You're looking at this guy who you're rooting for, and like, okay, look, I want to see this guy win, man. He did a good job in a show that I like.
Right.
And
I like that character.
Right. And all of a sudden, I see you wearing a dress and makeup.
Right.
Like a woman.
Right. That has an impact.
Now, there's some people out there who that does not bother, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But for me, that bothers me because I know you're not gonna wear a dress and makeup on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
That's not you. So obviously, there's an agenda behind this whole thing, and it's been happening over and over and over. We did an interview years ago with the DigiBuzz music, DigiBuzzMusic.com blog
with Lord Jamar.
With Lord Jamar,
right?
When he was talking about Kanye West.
He wore a kilt on stage.
When he wore a kilt on stage, and he
slash skirt to most people that see it.
He made a song called "Lift Up Your Skirt," and it was a bunch of other people, he highlighted. He really touched on this topic, and
right. Shout out to Lord Jamar.
Yeah, shout out to Lord Jamar. But it really opened my eyes to this after doing that interview with him. It's like, wow. This is actually a thing, and then I've seen it happen over. Every time I see it, I'm like, wow, this is happening again. And then I sit back and I watch, and all of a sudden, either two things will happen. That person either blows up or they fall off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's crazy. I definitely feel like there's an attack on our people to demasculate us, to make us look weak, to make us look like we will accept anything for the dollar.
Right. That you would actually trade in at the expense of your masculinity, that you would do that in order to... Because if that appeases, if there's a mainstream agenda to emasculate you, then that's the exchange rate, whatever the behind the scenes deals are for you to get millions of dollars for wearing this dress as its character.
Shit is crazy, bro. You got motherfuckers wearing high heel boots and wigs and mini skirts. You know what I'm saying? Just for the dollar, and it's crazy, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very strange when you investigate the history of it. You wonder, it doesn't seem to really serve a real artistic purpose or a cultural purpose. It only speaks to some kind of strange emasculation that I don't understand the point of myself. So I mean, all that kind of speaks to what we mentioned before as our underlying theme, which is there a conspiracy against black icons or the black image at large? When you think about, ratchet, the word ratchet, when it first was spawned, what did you think of the word ratchet? What did that word represent to you when you first were familiarized with the term?
To me, ratchet was... And
you're from where?
I'm from Jamaica, Queens, New York.
And you've lived here in Atlanta for how long? Since
quite a while, since 2005.
Okay, right.
You know what I mean? It's 2019 now.
14 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna tell y'all how old I am, so fuck y'all.
Capping.
It's Cap City Podcast, you know what I'm saying?
I'm 19.
Word, but anyway, I'm 34 years old, you know what I'm saying? So I've been here since I was, 20 years old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And...
But what ratchet meant to you when you first...
When I first heard ratchet, it was ghetto, it was hood, it was not unsophisticated.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it. Like, that's ratchet for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I gotta agree with you. That was the way that I saw it. But it seems like nowadays the ratchet culture is being highlighted and accepted into mainstream, imagery, and is being associated with, its origin, which is the black community. But when we originated the term, it was an observation of this is not something that we're aspiring to. but it's now it seems, without mentioning certain names, that it's being rewarded to project that image in the entertainment field.
Right. But ratchet, let's be clear. Ratchet was created by black people. The word ratchet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you were possibly kind of hood yourself, but there's a certain level of hood when you identify that as ratchet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what do you mean by that?
So I'm from the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I identify with a lot of hood things, quote unquote hood.
Mm-hmm.
But I could say, yo, this motherfucker ratchet as fuck, right?
Right.
That means they way more hood than I am. They way more, unsophisticated than I am. You know what I mean?
Right. And I'm hood.
And I'm hood. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't think it's really a black thing.
No, it's not.
Even though we created terminology.
It's also called in other communities substandard living conditions. When you're in a substandard living conditions, there's certain practices and behavioral patterns and things you accept that we called it ratchet. It's also another word, wretched. Mm-hmm. So we just took it and made it more kind of an accessible term. That even when you ratchet, people are like, nah, I'm ratchet as hell. Ratchet people tell you that was ratchet all day. So, I mean, with that being said, we're saying that
it's ratchet.
This whole shit is ratchet. Capping is ratchet. We almost were the Ratchet City podcast.
The Cap City podcast, by the way.
Right.
We out here.
But I'm saying...
Subscribe to our channel.
Please do.
Hit the like button. You know what I'm
Real
saying?
Cap City.
We just getting started, but we about to get this shit turned up,
Episode 2.
We're going to talk some real shit for y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
No cap
mean?
and also cap.
Yeah.
Mostly cap.
Exactly. Look out, you know what I mean?
But if men are wearing dresses in order to get up to the accepted into a certain level of Hollywood, it does make you think about if that's connected to some kind of a strange conspiracy. So we just these subjects kind of came together from that. But there's other cool shit happening. Tyga reaching for a security guard's gun as he's ejected from Floyd Mayweather's party. That's cool nigga shit. LeBron James.
That's whack as hell, bro.
No cap. LeBron James is A&R and 2 Chainz album, which is out today. LeBron James seemed to invent the digital bonus track in the trailer I saw for Rap or Go to the League, which is 2 Chainz' album, which is out today, March 1st. He was saying, hey, how about we take these 2 tracks and add it to the project after it drops? And everybody was like, oh, bonus tracks that you get after it come out digitally? Hey, that's crazy. I heard about that since like 1997. So Black Panther won an Oscar.
That's what's up.
I forgot what it was
Shout
for.
out to Black Panther.
Shout out to Black Panther. Yeah, that's pretty cool. We didn't really talk about this, but R.Kelly turned himself in, and he had $1 million bond. Which, when you have a bond, you only have to come up with 10%, right?
Right.
So he couldn't pay.
Trust me, I know.
Okay, not sure that's capping or not. We'll pretend that's capping. So you have to pay 10% of the bond. His bond was $1 million. He needed $100,000. He didn't pay it immediately. Some woman paid it for him. There are reports that women kept calling.
Wait a minute.
Women kept calling the bond place or wherever to try to pay the bond or investigate about how much the bond was for R. Kelly. And some woman said, he's not a monster, and paid his $100,000 bond. Go ahead.
How do we know that woman who said he's not a monster isn't a part of his cult?
Well, that's what they're saying. They're saying that the reports I read says women from R. Kelly's sex cult are attempting to pay bond. I don't know what that means because let's say somebody just wants to pay her bond for whatever reason, that you're your family or somebody that wants to get you out of this place.
Robert Kelly has no family.
Coming now to Lifetime. We hate R. Kelly. We'll always hate R. Kelly.
Nah, we love R. Kelly. All right, on his music. We love his music.
Just his music. I don't love any of the shit you're accused of.
This is crazy.
I can't co-sign none of that because I think all
I
that
feel
is
bad for him though, man.
I don't feel bad for you for doing any of those things. I don't feel bad for you at all.
Let me get
Fuck
it right.
you.
I don't feel bad for him for doing all that stuff.
Fuck you.
I feel bad for him the fact that he is controlled by whatever the fuck he's controlled by.
The demons.
Based on the fact that he went through what he went through. You know, watching the documentary, says he was molested by his aunt at a young age.
I think it was his older sister.
Or something like that.
Right.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I feel bad for him that he had to go through that. But
Facts.
Don't excuse you for the shit that you're doing. You know.
Not at all.
But you know, I feel bad for him. I love his music. You know what I'm saying? I hope he could get some treatment and kind of get over this. You know what I think? You know what I think that he needs? We might need to lock R. Kelly up in a room with like a grandma and make him fuck the grandma.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Come on, baby.
It's okay.
Fuck me.
Don't be shy now, Robert.
I think he needs to fuck a grandma.
If I could only find a way to just fuck grandma again. Fuck grandma again.
Look.
That's fucked up. The new R. Kelly.
Look, I think that's gonna help him. Let him fuck a grandma one time, a couple times, and shit, he gonna get over his little kid.
Wow. I mean, actually, I'll be honest. That almost sounds like what might have drove him into. That might be the cause. So hopefully, we can just get him a woman his age.
Nah, we gotta counter the children shit, man.
You might have a point. That's actually
we gotta let him fuck some grandmas real quick.
Like reverse sexual psychology.
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough. No, I do. I get where you're going with this, and it might be genius. It might be so crazy that it'll work. Right. So don't start capping and be like, these guys are weird. He's gonna. We didn't say his own G-Ma. We're gonna get a G-MILF for him. Is she gonna be somewhat attractive, or is she gonna be like a haggard?
I mean, it's R. Kelly, you know what I'm saying? So he gotta be attractive G-MILF.
We're gonna hook him up with like an A-list G-MILF.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Probably around 60, 70 years old. Because, you know, he old as fuck anyway, so.
Wait, how old is he? How old is he? Like 50-something?
Yes, he gotta be something like that.
So he needs to get 70?
Yeah, we gotta hit him with the 70s. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that might be perfect.
70s or more, but like a good 70s. Somebody
like
that's
a baddie,
vegan.
A 70s baddie.
Yeah, somebody that's vegan, you know, probably gets on the treadmill a few times a week, you know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? A lot of porn stars, a lot of them, you'd be surprised how many of them are vegan. According to articles.
How they vegan, but they beg for that meat?
I mean, that's the side business. You know what I mean? Like, that's just for a couple hours every other week, you know? They're usually somewhere in Florida.
I know a few porn stars, man, that, you know, happen to be kind of cool with, man.
A lot of them are here in Atlanta. They in New Jersey.
They're here in Atlanta, actually, you know. They're from L.A. and New York and, you know, done
Philly.
some big things and things... You know, and it's great to know them, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, you smut. You know what I'm saying? It's great to know your side of the story.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I think that would be a beautiful thing. We need to bring in
I can get one for us. Let's get it.
Let's do that because I have a lot of questions.
You do?
I do have a lot of questions.
Name two questions you would ask.
Okay. Really, do you have human feelings and emotions?
What you mean?
I'm not capping. I'm just asking, do you have like regular like relationship type aspirations? And, you know, I mean, that's the number one question. Mm-hmm. And how do you deal with having just a regular life? And because people in your personal life are going to know you do porn at some point.
Right.
How do you deal with that? Like, what is the politics around that kind of life, socially, with family? That's got to be a whole different experience.
Yeah. From what I know,
what do you know?
From the I'm not gonna say I know much, but I'm from the porn stars that I know. They have a weird relationship with their family.
Like an adversarial?
Like they've been outcasted a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And
I'd imagine.
You know, come on, we gotta accept them, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's accept and love people, okay? Like all these motherfuckers, men wearing dresses and shit, like, let's embrace. No, let's not embrace them. I'm sorry.
I mean, you know what? I might not. I'm saying I can embrace the idea of you being whoever you are and being authentic.
We over here eating mad. We eating mad nuts out of the fucking.
Yo, whoa! It's we snacking on. Was that Planters? That's the Kroger version?
It's Kroger. Yeah, Kroger brand.
Okay, you can't just talk about men wearing dresses and porn stars and say we're snacking on nuts. You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
I mean, you're not capping, but we're not. So what I'm saying is about. Just look. I think that's why I want to have a porn star or a porn actress on here because I want to. It's like normalize it, like destigmatize that.
I'm gonna set that shit up. Let's get it.
Okay, cool. All right, so you know, what we at? How long we been doing this bullshit?
Listen, we out here. It's Cap City Podcast. You know what I mean? What we want to do is just kind of bring awareness to people. You know what I'm saying about certain topics, kind of our view.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We might joke around a lot about certain situations, but at the end of the day, we love everybody. You know what I'm saying? We want everybody to win. We care about everybody and the things that they go through.
I want you to get that bag.
I want you to get that bag. You know what I'm saying? We want you to have self-healing. You know what I'm saying? Perpetual healing, you know what I'm saying? And all that good stuff, you know what I mean? But this is Cap City, so we're gonna be on your ass.
Pause.
No homo though.
Pause.
But no homo though.
We got new songs coming soon. Damn, we didn't plug in our fake ass advertisers. Not once. We should probably find a part where we were just bullshitting and go in between that and just cut to a commercial though.
Yeah, we can do that.
So it's the whole shit. We done?
Yeah, we out here. All
right, let's do a wrap up.
All right, y'all. It's Cap City Podcast. Jay Bizzle. Cap City Jay Bizzle out here.
It's your boy Cap City Cell. That's episode 2. Fuck with us, Real Cap City, on all your socials.
Real Cap City.
Fuck with us.
You know what I'm saying? Subscribe, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Let us know, you know, in the comments, you know, any things you want us to talk about, you know what I mean?
Please suggest anything. Help us with our research. Any good topics or ideas to discuss, we're down. No capping.
Right. Help us to get, you know what I mean, to get this going, man. Support us. You know what I'm saying? We got a Patreon link that's going to be in the bio, you know what I'm saying? Help support us to continue to do this. You know, this is something that, you know, we feel like is going to kind of bring some type of awareness and with a different type of viewpoint, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like it's something needed, you know what I mean? So
it's missing.
You know, yeah, so we out here, man. We working, you know what I'm saying?
Been missing from the game, my nigga.
Shout out to
fuck y'all niggas. I love y'all niggas.
Shout out to Oak Heart Genuine Spice Rum because that's what we drinking every time we motherfucking get up.
I mean, but I'm gonna tell you this: if they don't pick up the sponsorship,
we going to Camarina Tequila. We going to.
I'm gonna tell you what we really start drinking around here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But yeah, right now we walking with this Bacardi Oak Heart. You know what I'm saying?
What we gonna start drinking if they don't give it to sponsorship?
I ain't gonna. What should I say?
Go ahead, say it.
Shit, Kraken rum is also fire as fuck. If you don't fuck with that Kraken rum, I mean, you kind of slipping out here. But you know, sponsor us. We drinking. We out here talking that good shit. All right, man, we signing off. It's episode 2, March 1st, 2019. Nigga, we out here, nigga. Fuck y'all niggas. I hope you hate this shit, because we love this shit, nigga.
Yes, sir.
Peace. Bitch.